You're listening to One Bright Star's Life After Loss, a podcast that's focused on the lifelong journey of life after loss, with your hosts Erica Fisher and Alicia Moore. One Bright Star's Life After Loss podcast is sponsored by the law firm of Burkholtz and Associates. And now, One Bright Star's Life After Loss podcast.
Hello, and welcome to One Bright Star's Life After Loss podcast. I'm Erica Fisher, Executive Director with One Bright Star.
And Alicia Moore, Board Member of One Bright Star.
Hi, Alicia.
Hello, Erica.
How are you?
I'm doing well, well.
Yes, we just finished up 2023.
Yes.
Wow, what a year.
Absolutely. We did great things.
Yes.
A lot going on.
One Bright Star has been busy, and I love it.
Yes.
I love it. People reach out and, asking what One Bright Star is doing, and it's like, where do I even begin?
Right.
So Alicia and I thought we'd get together and just kind of touch base on all the things that One Bright Star has been doing and what we have in store for 2024.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And one of our big things that we've talked about as the year was wrapping up last year that we're really excited about this year is Face Lodge.
Yes.
And our grants to Face Lodge.
Yes, Face Lodge is something that One Bright Star is super excited to be doing. We've partnered with Face Lodge, and Face Lodge is a retreat for families who have lost a child to death. And it's a specific, or like if you've lost a child to suicide, a stillborn child, anything like that, it's specific to your loss. We are sending families to this retreat, and
we've actually had a couple of board members that went,
right,
that have attended, and we're going to get them to come in and talk about that.
Yes, we have a podcast planned with them to hear their input and their take on Face Lodge. But that's really what I really want to focus on in 2024 is Face Lodge, because we worked so hard in 2023 on getting this moving.
Yes.
And now we have everything in place with them, with Face Lodge, to start sending families. So we have families signed up already, and super
it's
exciting.
Great.
Yeah.
It's going to be a really wonderful resource for us to be able to offer to families. So yes. The other thing that we have that is actually right around the corner is our Celebration of Life.
Yes, that is right around the corner. Celebration of Life Gala. It's our 22nd annual Celebration of Life Gala. This year, our theme is a night out at the casino. We're changing it up this year a little bit just to get our friends, guests involved a little bit more. But it's going to be a great night. I'm super excited. We have some really cool live auction and silent auction packages set up. And
yes, in our entertainment, we're going to be able to do some gambling with some funny money, I think is what they call it.
Yes, funny money.
And then we have music as well.
Yes, we'll have music by Kern Brothers Entertainment, and I'm super excited. They're great.
That's good. And let's see, our tickets, they're still available.
They are still available. I think the early bird is off, but we can still get other tickets.
So, and maybe that kind of segues into if people want to look into getting tickets, they should go to our brand new website.
Our website. Yes, our website is up. onebrightstar.org is our website, and it is beautiful. Tracy Davies is a board member, and she does a lot of our graphic design work, our signs, anything that we, our invitations, anything like that. She creates that for us. But she created and designed our website along with Adam from 4C Studios. And I can't even begin to tell you how much I love this website. It is beautiful. It is fantastic. And it's so easy to navigate for me because I'm not very savvy with the I can't even say I can't say the word. Can you help me out
with
here?
All the technology.
Yeah, thank you.
And it's great for us on the front side too, because you're seeing the back side and doing everything. But to get out there, to get on the website, all of our resources are just easy to find.
Yep, super user friendly.
And
absolutely.
even, so now I know our COL information is out there, but one of the things that you had mentioned, Erica, something that's really easy to do now is if anyone is contemplated maybe getting a plaque for a loved one or maybe for a family, now they can go out and it's really easy to do it on the website.
So easy. Everything's right there. We don't have to do a lot of, email back and forth like we used to. It's just all there. One-stop shop kind of thing. So
And that's perfect, yes.
Right.
And then a lot of other resources there too, and that's where they can find out about Face Lodge and all these other things that we're going to talk about that we have coming up too.
Absolutely. I love our website. So thank you, Tracy and Adam from 4C Studios. It's beautiful.
Yes, and it's been long overdue, so we're very
yes, it's
thankful.
fantastic.
It's a really nice way to start out the year.
Absolutely.
So
what else do we have going on?
We had the Mothers of Angels event. We actually added a winter event last winter in November, and that went really well.
Right.
Very
it was
well.
so much fun. We went to Drummers and we had the winter porch pot event. Jerry from Drummers did a great, fantastic job on teaching us actually a lot about what to put in a porch pot and how to make it look good and how to take care for it, because I really didn't realize that there was so much into it.
Right.
But she made it super easy and super fun. We had some good food and drinks from Refinery 507. It was really, the drinks I heard were amazing.
Yes.
Yes.
That's what I had heard too.
Yes.
And we had a mom too that actually helped with the event in memory of her daughter.
Yes. Jackie Wolf, she donated $1,000 in honor of her daughter, Isla Dawn. And so that's why we were able to have that event. And so it was really cool. So if anybody's ever interested in sponsoring one of our events like that, just reach out to myself at Erica Fisher. I'm Erica Fisher. And my email is director@onebrightstar.org.
Yeah, it was really
Yes.
neat to be able to add. We've always done the spring Mothers of Angel event, and then we added that winter one, and now we're already back into feeling like spring.
Yes, and so we do have another one planned for the spring. Nicole Van Sickle and I have been working on that. Spring Porch Pot, it's a spring, more of a planting event at Drummers, and it's actually going to take place March 16th, where you go and you learn what plants to plant in your porch pot, and then you leave it there and to let it grow and pick it up in May, I believe.
Okay. Oh, that's great.
So right around Mother's Day, you can pick that up. It's just kind of I think it's really cool to, plant the memories and then watch that love grow kind of thing.
Right.
So-
and that's going to be neat to have that
Yeah.
right around Mother's Day again, too.
Yeah, so watch for that on our new website.
Great. Good deal. Okay. Something else that we got going last fall is our Comfort Conversations.
Yes, we started Comfort Conversations. We were doing Comfort Coffee. We were doing it in the morning, but just because it's so hard for people to leave work during the work week, we switched it up to the evenings and we moved it to Thursdays. So it's the third Thursday of every month at 5:30 at the Courtyard by Marriott in their little lobby area. Really just casual conversation with other people who have experienced the same loss that you have, or, a similar loss.
Right. And right now it's been a small group that's been showing up, but we are hoping that maybe we'll start working for more people. One of the moms that actually attends said that she looks forward to this every month, and she just said it's just her night out, and it's her night to talk about her son in a safe place. And we don't have any specific agendas. When we got together in October, we were talking about what everyone was going to be doing for November and just the holidays. And then we started talking about how do you remember your child? Everyone shared different ideas, and it was just really neat to visit and talk. And we spend maybe an hour and a half, and it's just really relaxing.
Right. And I like, Alicia, you and I have talked a lot about holding space. And I feel like that's another place where we've created that you can hold space with other people who have experienced loss too.
Yes, it's a safe place.
Yeah.
And when you talk about holding space, that kind of segues into our holding sacred space that we learned from our connection with Jolene.
Yes, Pastor Jolene. Yes, she is quite the person.
Oh, she's
really,
amazing.
Really like her. I've learned a lot from Pastor Jolene. Steve Anderson, one of our board members, connected me with Jolene to get her to speak at our children's memorial that we hold in the fall. And she provided our invocation speech, and it was really, really just beautiful. Everything that she said just really fit in with our, we don't really have a theme of the day, but it fit the vibe and the theme, and it was perfect.
She talked about the journey. We're all on a journey, and everybody's at different places on that journey.
Right.
And then she did talk about holding space, and she
Yes.
she talked so that every family there, we felt like, felt connected to what she was saying.
Right. And so I enjoyed Jillian so much. And so we invited her to speak at our One Bright Star annual retreat that we hold for, it's just the board members to get together. And we don't really have much of an agenda, but more so just for us to connect. And so we invited Jillian, and she shared with us this book called Tear Soup. And it's a children's book, but I got so much from this book, and I think it's perfect. It talks about how everybody grieves and everybody has, different things to add to their grief. And sometimes you don't need to add any ingredients. You just let it sit and, cook. And
Yes.
There are other times when you need to take it out of the pantry and add more ingredients to your soup. And whatever your ingredients are, they're yours, and they're yours.
Yes.
Yeah.
You might be adding some some memories, tears, that are falling in there that make it salty. You may share your soup with a friend who comes over. Everybody has their own soup recipe, meaning everyone goes through their own grieving process. And then, yes, when you talk about putting it on the shelf, they even talk about how you freeze it and put it away. And then you might be going about doing things during your day, and all of a sudden you're maybe a few weeks down the road and you need to get that soup back out. And so it's just it's really laid out in a way that it's like you said, it's for a child. Well, you could introduce it.
It's a children's book.
It's a children's book, but we all really related to it.
Yes. I've given it to adult friends who have experienced loss. Definitely. It's definitely a book that you should check out. Tear Soup. Our friend Pastor Jillian Gallatin shared this book with us, and she's pretty amazing.
She is.
Yes.
She is. She is someone that said she's actually maybe going to come to a few comfort coffees. And I know that she's the one that talks about the grief journey and holding sacred space.
Yes.
And the one thing that we really liked about connecting with Pastor Jolene too is, although she is a pastor, and so people think that she's going to be talking about God and trying to bring that faith piece into a loss or a grieving process, she's actually very laid back. She talks about just holding space with people and working through their grief. She actually lost her mom when she was 14, and her mom died by suicide. And so Jillian has a lot of experience going through the grief journey. And so she's just amazing how she approaches it. And someone that is very non-threatening and
Right.
really easy for anyone just to kind of connect with. And that's what we all found when we spent time with her. So
Absolutely. She's wonderful. Everybody wants to be friends with Jillian.
yes, she's just a really great person to have, and to give us some guidance too as we journey with other people along their grief path. So let's see.
She has been on our podcast too. So if you need to go back and kind of meet her through our podcast, you can.
Good reminder.
She won't make us run, I promise.
Yeah,
she
that's
promised.
right.
She promised.
Let's see. The other thing we did that was great last summer, we did the bereavement.
That was
bags.
fun. Yeah,
Yes.
the bereavement bags that we did. Dina Iverson, she's a board member, and Dina serves in honor of her daughter Cassie Jean. And Dina's always wanted to give back in some way in honor of Cassie. Cassie was born sleeping, and basically how Dina said it, she said, when you have a baby die, you're not bringing anything home from the hospital.
Yes.
You're not bringing home a car seat with your baby in it or all the things. You're empty-handed. And so Dina didn't want anybody to leave the hospital empty-handed in this situation. So we got together, and she created these bereavement baskets with different things in it, blankets, a lantern, a candle, different, essential oils, just different things that you can do together as a family to honor and remember your child, or just read. There's books in there. What else am I missing?
I was just going to say, there's that the stone
Yes.
There's a pocket.
Yeah, the pocket hug.
Right. Yes. Little things that Dina said, she felt that would be really helpful for a family in that time when you're at the hospital and you don't have your child to spend this time with, or I should say, you're trying to spend time with your child and the things that the memories that you want to make during that very special time.
Right.
And then, yes, to leave the hospital with something because you're not able to take your child. And so, along with the bereavement baskets, which I think is just an amazing idea, and it's wonderful that we've been able to. She had a couple of us over, and we were able to help put these together and talk about how important it is for these families to know that they're not alone.
Right. And actually, us participating in putting the baskets together or the bags together really kind of put things into perspective for me.
It did,
Since
yes.
I have not experienced the same loss that Dina has, and I know you haven't either, Alicia.
Right.
And to kind of, it really just, brought it back for me, to help me understand or,
Right, how important
Right.
each item is when you're putting that in the basket and how much that may mean to a family. You don't know the little things that are going to mean
Right.
so much at a time that is just so... it's so difficult to even comprehend what they're trying to work through.
Right. And I like how Dina put things in there, like some you might look at right away and some you might,
Yes.
read later or look at later, just because you're not ready. But it's all in a bag,
Yes.
a One Bright Star bag that Dina created or had created, she designed. And it's just full of things that aren't replacing your child by any means, but to help you
Remember your child.
and honor. Yeah.
Yes. And we took how many bags did we put together?
I want to say we did 12.
Okay. And when we took those to the hospital.
Yes. We met with Amanda.
Yep, that was wonderful. And then Dina, we also have to put a little plug in there about Cassie's Cuddles.
Oh, yes. Cassie's Cuddles. So Dina brings Cassie's Cuddles and they're stuffed animals that she finds and brings them to the 5th floor, and they're given
Yes.
to...
Usually it's the
Yep,
siblings.
the siblings.
They can pick a stuffed animal or whatever is in the bag because they want to be remembered. They want to have
Right.
something for their sibling too, to remember their baby sibling. So
Yes, because Cassie has other siblings. She has 2 brothers, Charlie and Clayton, and a new baby sister,
yes.
Kaylee. So, I think they all have some of Cassie's Cuddles too.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. And one of the things, I know that Dina has talked about this too, but we are wanting to have parents write letters.
Yes.
And it doesn't just have to be a parent writing a letter who had a child that was born sleeping. We are talking about any parent that's had a loss that would be willing to write a letter. We want to update our journals.
Yes, we are working on updating our journals. I don't know if it'll happen this year. It's probably going to take a little bit, but for us to do it. So if you want to share your story of your child that you've lost, whether you're a grandparent, a sibling, aunt, or a friend, share your story, share your journey on whatever it is that you want to share about that child.
Right. And we talked about these letters that if someone were to look at our journal, or if there was a family that lost a 15-year-old child and they reached out, there's maybe a letter or something someone would have written when they lost their child who was 14.
Yeah.
And then a letter to another parent that is just starting down that grief journey. A
Like
letter
little, words of wisdom.
a letter of hope. Yes, and healing for them. What you maybe would want them to know at the time of their initial loss. We've just talked about doing that. And so, but really, I guess it can be any time. We just wanted to have families. They say often if you're able to share your grief story, and if you can share that with a newly bereaved family, that was kind of the idea we had with updating our journals. So we also have obviously our podcast, and
Yes.
that's we have a lot of great. We've had people reaching out that
Yes.
want to be on the podcast. We have some great ideas of guests that we would like to invite. So we're hoping to have a really good year.
Absolutely. And if you're interested in being on our podcast, just reach out to myself or any of the other board members and they'll get you connected. It's actually really fun to do with us. It's just really having casual conversations and seeing Alicia and I
Right.
blubber over our words. And we have a great editor who
Yes, we
makes
do.
all this possible. Steve, he's our podcast guru. He understands all the equipment that I don't.
He makes everything sound,
Yes.
yes,
Yes.
more professional than what we seem to be able to produce here. So
I know you should see some of this equipment in here. I don't even know. I know 3 buttons to push, and that's it.
and that gets the job done.
Yes,
so.
that's because I have my cheat sheet. Thank you, Stephen. All right.
And then, do you have anything else?
I do have one more thing,
Okay.
actually. I don't know if anybody noticed that we introduced Alicia as a board member. So Alicia's been wonderful to work with as my partner in crime for 6 years, 6+
Something
years?
like that, yes.
Yeah, she's served 2 terms as our board president. Has recently, since her term was up, she is now our board member, which is great. I'm so thankful that she decided to stay with us. And we have a new board president, Rebecca Roberson. Becca's been on the board for a couple years now, 3 years, I think,
Yes.
going on.
Right.
Yep. She's going to be great.
Absolutely.
Great fit, yes.
And her new, our new vice president
Yes.
this year.
Jonna Ruby.
Yes.
And Jonna has been with the board about a couple years as well, and she's also going to be fantastic. So
Yes.
I'm super excited.
So we continue to have a great executive team.
Yes.
So, and then we still have our founding mother, Linda Janaveris, as our
yes.
treasurer.
Yes.
And then Susie Hall
Yes.
takes care of our secretarial duties and
Yes.
all the reporting.
And she's also our CEO or Celebration of Life Gala committee chair. Without Susie and all that she does with the COI, I don't know what I'd
Yes.
do without her.
Yeah, she does amazing work.
Yes, all of the board members. I'm very thankful for you. Thank you
have-
for an awesome 2023. I
Yes.
appreciate you all.
Yes, we've had a great board. And then one last thing, Erica, you want to focus on something this year.
Yes, our star symbol. One Bright Star's founding mothers, when they created One Bright Star, they also created a star symbol. And the star symbol is something that is meant to recognize the parents and the family members who have lost a child to death. So if you see this star, and it's a 5-point star, and one of the points is just a little bit longer, if you see somebody wearing this symbol, please reach out to them, recognize them, ask them about their child, because that is the purpose of One Bright Star, is to honor and remember the children. And so it is us and the community to remember them too. So
Yes.
if you see somebody with that star symbol, please address them, reach out, ask them.
That's great. Yep.
Yeah.
We remember their name. So,
Yes.
yes. All right.
Absolutely. All right, everybody. Thank you for an awesome 2023. We're so excited for 2024 and all that it's going to bring for us. Until next time.
Thanks for listening to One Bright Star's Life After Loss podcast. Life After Loss is a copyrighted production of One Bright Star. One Bright Star's Life After Loss podcast is sponsored by the law firm of Burkholtz and Associates. For more information on the lifelong journey after losing a loved one, please visit our website at onebrightstar.org.